The precious cycle of Mario Kart power-ups. Deep down you wish to get that one item that'll put you back in first, but most of the time it's that fake item box. I've been playing Mario Kart since it first came out, and I can tell you which items I love to give to other racers, while there are some power-ups that make me want to cry. Only one big rule for the favorites. No red shells, triple red shells, or stars, because I want to keep this list a little unpredictable, and those really are some of the best ones you can get. For the hated, anything is fair game. Alright, let's start it off! So you've got a Bob-omb. The question is, what do you do with it? The best answer? Drop it! It's a problem for everyone else now! Well, if you're a really good shot, you could use this to take down the racers in front of you, so it's good one way or the other. But it's also a double-edged sword. That power-up could go off on you should you throw it ahead. On the backside, should you drop one, then a racer comes up right behind you, or fires a projectile, you'll feel the same effects. The Bob-ombs in Mario Kart are high-risk, high-reward items. Deadly in the hands of skilled players, and a threat to everyone else. And it lands at my fifth favorite because I love seeing others get hit from them, sending them up to the sky. But when I drop this hot potato behind me, it can be a little difficult to see everyone get caught in the while driving, and it can be a little unreliable, which is why it's not any higher. I'd bring up the Bob-omb battle modes, but sadly I don't have much experience with that. I thought we had something! Fourth place! Oh no. No, not again, please, no! Please, I only had first place for 5 seconds! Isn't there anything besides a speed boost or a star that can defeat this monster? No, it can't end like this! Yes! 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 Oh, sweet lord, yes! I remember when they first started talking about this in the Mario Kart Direct. When they said it could send out waves that could destroy items on the road and spin on other racers, the first 2 words I thought were, big deal. Then they said it could kill the leader stalker, and the next 2 words that came to my head were, marry me! Just the fact that we now have an official item that you can get even in first place that can defend you against the universally hated blue shell just seems magical to me. Almost like a miracle! Yeah, miracle sounds about right, as it is also the rarest item to get in Mario Kart 8, and can only be used once. Its rarity is what puts it only at 4th, as well as the conundrum. Conundrum what? Here, let me illustrate for you. Let's say you're in first, and you have the super horn. Now here comes a red shell with your name on it. What do? Take the hit in case a leader shell comes later? Or use it now and lose what may be your only shot at beating the blue menace? This has actually happened to me a few times where I took a hit from a red shell to hold on to my super horn. But then the blue terror appeared right after that and went for the person who passed me. Either way, I was going to take a hit. I was doomed if I did, and doomed if I didn't. Can anyone else relate to that? Well, it's still great for defense and spinning out other players. And even if I see a blue shell and I'm not in first, I'll still demolish it! Maybe I feel sympathy for the first place guy because of how many times I've fallen victim to it. Or maybe I just hate that thing so much I want to kill it no matter who it's going after. Bananas have always been one of the best forms of defense in Mario Kart. Incoming red shell, activate the banana, we're all clear. Mario Kart 64 lets you have up to 5 drag along behind you, and hearing a racer spin out when they hit them is a sweet sense for your ears. Yummy! But if you want one of the best forms of defense in Mario Kart, look no further than Double Dash's Giant Banana! This thing is so good you can't wait to share it with everyone! It starts as one big old banana peel that can block items and roadways. Once someone runs into it, it splits into 3, so you get a double use out of it. More bananas! It's a back shield for you that leaves a mess for everyone else to clean up. The best part is you can even get this in first place, which will take care of nearly everything. Stupid blue shell exception. Of course, you have to be either DK or Diddy or PD or King Boo to get it, but them's the breaks. The breaks that everyone else will have to use to avoid them. Of all the things that came right out of the Mario universe to be converted into a power-up, this guy has the most uses, period. While it's in front of you, it reaches out and chomps anyone within its range. It also eats any items left on the field, shells, fireballs, and it can even eat Blooper. The best part about it is that every time it eats something, or not, it gives you a small speed boost. It attacks, defends, and makes you go faster. Why isn't it number 1 on my list? What could possibly prevent it from the top spot? Well, it has a blind spot. The backside. You're still vulnerable to everything that could come from behind, and I wouldn't say that it's an item you can expect to always get. Still, its quality of both defense, attack, and speed make it hard to top. With the exception of one more. Alright! Normally, this spot consists of either the red shells or the star for your average Mario Kart player, but since I've excluded those, it could be anything. Why, it could even be the mystery box! But it's not, because it's this one! Bowser's shell's the biggest, most destructive Koopa shell in the Mario Kart series. It's great for attacking someone ahead, it's great for attacking someone behind, and best of all, you can get it in first place, so rankings mean nothing! Yes, it can turn against you if not used wisely, but that doesn't happen to me unless I don't think. Seeing something this big against either right beside you or coming at you will leave the player bathed in their own fear-induced sweat. Ew. Once a person is hit by it, they will lose all the power-ups they were carrying, leaving them without anything to fight back, giving you an almost clean break to get as far ahead as you can. I would love to see this return in the Mario Kart series, and have a mini bowling game to go with it. Yeah, it's my favorite, no questions asked, but now it's time for the other side. The POW doesn't wow me. The POW Block is supposed to stun the other racers and knock out their items. But there are two things that ruin its full effect. Now, for the most part, this will be effective on computer racers, but on humans, we know how to avoid its stun factor. Just keep pressing the trick button to reduce your spin to almost nothing. You'll lose your item, but you shouldn't lose your place in the race. Unless you're airborne, in which case you won't feel a thing! And considering how many ramps and jumps are in Mario Kart Wii, the only game to have this item, you almost never have to be worried about getting hit by it. In fact, it's almost hard to stay on the ground in Mario Kart Wii. It's no wonder it got knocked out in future installments. Fourth place. I wish I knew how this survived for 4 games. The Blooper is a power-up meant to obstruct the other racers' sight, but sadly the best of the best Mario Kart players need just a little bit of the road to see. On the plus side, it does make the computer racers swerve and lose speed, but on human racers, it's nothing more than a small annoyance. The ink even comes off if you get a good speed boost. Do I like to rely on this thing? Not a chance. In fact, I like to think of it as nothing more than the Nelson Muntz of Mario Kart. Whenever I see this thing, it's usually when I get hit by lightning, red shells, or just about anything else. And it just shows up to say, at your misfortune, and rub ink into the wound. Think about that the next time you play Mario Kart and find yourself in this situation. You'll quickly agree with me. Yeah, you knew this one was going to show up. The Cloud. When it's in effect, it will give the player a speed boost. But at the end, it shrinks the racer. Every other item waits for you to use it, but with this item, oh no, it uses itself. The good news is, if you run into another player, you can pass it on to them. The bad news is, they can give her backsies. Or worse, if there is no one around, you'll go into a panic trying to get rid of it. Your other best options for getting rid of this thing are getting shot out of a cannon, or by picking up a star off the ground as you can't get another item until this one is gone. It may have sounded like a good idea on paper to get a boost and screw over another player, but it was so bad they dropped it just like the POW Block. Second place! Why am I cursed to be so good at Mario Kart? Known by many names, the Blue Shell, the Blue Terror, the Blue Menace, the Leader Killer, the First Place Stalker, it is hated by many. This item made its debut in Mario Kart 64 as the rarest item to get, and that's the way it should have been. It never once felt fair to say to the player, hey, you're really good, stop that, now go back 5 places, and get hit by red and green shells on the way. Punish me for my incredible driving skills? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's so the guy ahead doesn't get too far ahead. Well, screw that, because I've been in first so many times only to get blown up as a result. If anybody gets that far ahead of me, I actually start to think, you know what, that guy deserves to win. I won't quit, but I will admire their driving abilities. I've been a target of this thing for so long that I actually feel bad whenever I see anyone else get hit, because I'll start to think, that could have been me! And if I actually get one, well, I kinda have to use it, but all it really does is take out one person and maybe a few of the others. And it's not even the guy who's close enough to me to have an effect on my ranking! What I'm about to say is going to tick off a number of people, but if you win only because the blue shell took out the lead player on the final lap or even right before the finish line, you don't deserve to win! I'm sorry, but you won by pure luck and not skill, so you have no bragging rights! There's a reason people got excited about the Super Horn, and it's the same reason they don't want to let go of it. They want revenge on the item that stole so many of their victories. Truth be told, I had this at number 3. But at the last second, I jumped at the second because the Cloud was only in one game, while this has been in other Mario Kart games since 64. Not counting the arcade games, because I don't know if they have it or not. And just think, the leader shell didn't make it to first on this list, because they can at least take out some of the other racers. Next entry, can't do jack squat. It's getting down to the wire. It's do or die, and the item you get could decide the outcome. But if you get coins, stick a fork in you, you're done. Making the scene along with the franchise back in Super Mario Kart, coins exist for one purpose. It can increase your acceleration. When you have 10 of them, you can even pick them up off the ground, so having them as a power-up is nothing special. Oh, and how about this? The item gives you 2 coins in both Super Mario Kart and in Mario Kart 8. But if you get hit by something, you'll lose 3. And trust me, you will get hit. In Mario Kart 8, you can get this in any place. 1st, 5th, 8th, 9th, even 12th. Good luck catching up to the guy with a golden mushroom, or passing the guy with 3 red shells. Coins? Really? What am I going to do with these? Bribe them not to hit me? To get a better understanding of my abhorrence for these, think about it like this. The reason so many people hate the blue shell is because before the Super Horn, there wasn't a power-up that could actually block it. Sure, you could outrun it or find a star on the ground, but that was highly uncommon. For the most part, you were defenseless against it. So when you get coins, everything is now a leader shell to you. You can't attack, you can't defend, and that pathetic little speed boost should be ashamed to call itself one. I wish I could use these to buy a better power-up, or maybe even pay a toll for a shortcut. Then I could see some potential, but apparently that never crossed the developer's mind. Even before they came back in Mario Kart 8, I had them as my #1 hated item because you couldn't really do anything with them. Ask yourself, have you ever said anything along the lines of these 3 phrases? Oh, I hope I get coins this time. Or, good thing I had coins to get through that. Or how about, it sure is fun to use coins. Some people like them because other players get them and they're defenseless. But what about your experience with having them? You're not the other player, and when you get them, are you happy? I know I'm not. Whew, that felt good to get off my chest, and if you have a difference of opinion, I'd like to hear what your favorite and hated Mario Kart power-ups are. Please, sir, I'm sorry I got ahead of you. I'll give you 2 coins if you don't hurt. Who could be so heartless? Man, this list took a while to get done. And for a little background info, one of the main reasons this list didn't come out sooner was because I had some trouble trying to get all the right footage. The one that took the longest was the piranha plant eating the blooper, as the blooper doesn't show up in the replays and... Anyways, videos! Up there in the top left, you'll find my list of 10 unpleasant sounds in video games. On the top right, you'll see my 10 favorite changes in Pokemon. At the bottom left, there's the trilogy review I did for the Donkey Kong Country Super Nintendo games. And today's video plug is a Star Fox 64 review by Skull Kid Dale. You sounded confident your whole way through the review, and I can tell you put some thought and effort into your editing as well as your jokes. To be honest, some were hit or miss, but the effort is duly noted. My personal advice, depending on where you want to take your reviews, is try to focus on some more information about the game in your reviews. You kind of skip the obvious stuff like the moves you can use, changing your pass, and heck, what the story is about. I do highly recommend adding more info with your jokes next time, as reviews are supposed to inform viewers about the game, even if the viewer knows so much they could write an encyclopedia on it. Just something to be aware of for your future reviews, and honestly, I do hope you'll pick up a better mic along the way as well. Just something where your voice sounds a bit clearer. If you've got the cash for it, that is. Otherwise, your editing and jokes were a-okay. And with all that said, I need to get to work on something incredibly fast, either the review for Shovel Knight, or a list, or 4 of them. So, later everyone!